Hey guys, welcome back to Clockwise Crypto. Hope you guys move forward in everything that you do. Let's dive right into a market update here. Taking a look here at this article, President Biden steps aside, giving Democrats huge opportunity to flip crypto blue, says lawmaker Jake Stravinsky. So taking a look here at this article, President Biden bowing out of the U.S. 2024 election. And pretty much he's saying here that the Democrats now have opportunity to pivot to a more crypto-friendly stance to gain votes. So now it's, seeing here that the chief legal officer of crypto venture capital firm Variant Fund says Democrats now have a good shot at winning back a big share of crypto vote because that's something that he believes should be a top priority for the nominee. At the time of this publishing, Democrats have not named a new nominee. Still, Vice President Kamala Harris has been endorsed by several high-profile peers. Right now, they are saying that Kamala Harris is, in fact, the nominee and who's pretty much everyone's going for. So she is the vice president of current President Joe Biden. So a new Democratic nominee can flip the script, and pretty much they're saying that being pro crypto will give them a shot, and that's something that current President Joe Biden was just not doing. It just wasn't talked about. And to be honest with you, we can see that with what's being shown through this current adoption process within the United States. Not a ton of adoption and not really a ton of clarity, just pretty much just lawsuits from the SEC regarding crypto. Like, that's not the way to push forward. So we'll see if they can recover. I don't know if the VP becoming the nominee and pretty much being the one to go toe-to-toe with President Trump is going to be a good option when it comes to being pro-crypto. It was a play, but they decided to go with the VP. I just think that was probably just a good look, more so than anything, right? Like, you're going to not pick your VP to support. It's just not a good look. So right now they're saying Donald Trump currently has a 64% chance of winning the presidency, while Kamala Harris has 24% odds of victory. So definitely the odds are not in favor. And I think we're seeing that when I say the odds are not in her favor. We're seeing that when we look at how the market responds to the news with President Trump, right? The news, like, when we found out he was okay, the markets immediately started to turn around from that assassination attempt. Okay, because that's good. I'm glad he's okay. That's also good publicity to be able to move forward from that, and how he moved forward from that. Being that he's pro crypto, it's just, the bull market, I truly believe, is going to begin and go crazy when he is elected. So definitely something I'm paying attention to for sure, and definitely something we'll still be following up on. So next article here, lead Shiba developer Satoshi Kusama says Web3 based operating system now needed after global IT outage. So there's a big outage a couple of days ago, and with that, they're pretty much saying that there's a big need now for Web3 based operating systems after banks and other networks suffered massive global outages last week. So everyone saw that. You're seeing just like an impact on everything. Everything was impacted, and mostly everything. You even have like governments and airlines, so travel and banking systems. They had customers at the bank said that they had logging issues, online transfer issues with deposits. So this is pretty much an eye-opener, saying the need to go Web3. So he's saying, luckily for innovators and the world at large, during the bear market, our large decentralized community of builders and believers have been working on systems just for this occasion. As the inevitable toll of a global outage of critical infrastructure is tallied and the loss of funds and lives, we will lead the conversation of exactly why Web3 is the future, and Shiba Inu ecosystem is the operating system of that future. So a little plug here for Shiba there, but really seeing the need for Web3. We're seeing the need for utilizing the technology that we have instead of relying on the Web 2s, right? We have Web 3. It's here and it's not going anywhere, and we're seeing why it is necessary. So definitely a great article on that. Ripple working to bridge the gap between TradeFi and Web 3, according to President Monica Long. So the president of payments firm Ripple says that the company is aiming to be the #1 digital asset infrastructure provider for financial services. The firm is looking more at opportunities to move traditional finance world over to more modern tools. Ripple's going to do great with that. Ripple already has partnerships. A lot of these partnerships were waiting, right? Or have an NDA, and we're waiting for this SEC situation to just be done with so they can move forward. So we're seeing, this is firsthand on how we're seeing that the SEC is essentially being a huge burden for crypto adoption. I believe that the United States should be ahead of crypto adoption. They have all the capabilities, just not really giving the regulatory clarity if there needs to be any. Instead of just fighting every crypto company or crypto project comes out, embracing it. Like, yes, there are some bad actors, but most of them can add value and make America be a leading player in the world when it comes to tech, when it comes to crypto, right? It's just the same. It's a shame that we are seeing, a country pretty much just oppose the adoption solely because it can't control it. Okay. So Long says Ripple is looking to bridge the gap. And then what they're saying here is Ripple is one of the few players in the space uniquely positioned to deliver a holistic digital asset infrastructure that bridges TradeFi and crypto through our years of experience living and working within both worlds. Ripple has credibility, reputation, trust, and advanced understanding in operations for core services like crypto and on and off ramps, liquidity, custody, and compliance. So definitely love what I see here, and love the future, the potential future that countries have. Like, the countries that are taking this seriously are going to be light years ahead of countries that either they're not able to from a infrastructure standpoint, or they just don't have the legislation or the government behind them. The government's kind of resisting it because they can't control it. So huge opportunity here for everyone to really capitalize from an investment standpoint, but also capitalize from a I would say a utilization standpoint to make everything run more efficiently. So next article here, JP Morgan Chase and Wells Fargo offering $300 cash as banks battle new deposit intensifies for the first time in years. So the reason why behind this, because you're seeing a lot of people like have problems with their money. They're having problems like with money that I give you. Let's say I give you $10,000. I'll put $10,000 in the bank, and I go there, right? Fortunately, I have good relationships with the banks I go to, and they even have limits. Like, I don't have those limits just because I have the relationship. We have business accounts and all that, but they have limits for how much you can take out. Because let's say today, I think even today, I go in, for our real estate, I was paying some contractors, right? So I just pay some cash. So I go and say I need $5,200. I think it was like 49. No, it was 5,200. It's $5,200, and he had to go to the manager who I know and ask her if he can take out $5,200. Do we have this? Is this, they didn't know this in advance for $5,200. It's crazy. So that definitely happens, and I think a lot of people are going back to put the cash in like your mattress type deal, like just because like this banks and what they do with your money, and even if they think you're doing something sketchy, they're locking up your money, and you're gonna have to prove to them you're not doing something sketchy with your money. So here they're saying both banks are offering $300 cash. This is JP Morgan Chase and Wells Fargo. Bank of America is offering $200 for the same setup. Citi has a new promo offering 5%. So they're doing whatever they can to get new deposits, get new money back into the banks, because if that doesn't happen, and let's say you go the crypto route, it's the banks are essentially going to have to figure something else out. You might see I don't know, overdraft fees go up. You might see lending interest rates go up, right? They have to make the money somehow. So data from market research is saying that the average cash offer for a new checking account is $400 this year, where back in 2016 it was $160. Okay, so they're incentivizing people to bring new deposits, keep your money with them, so the system continues, right? Crypto is definitely playing a factor in that, and really just trust in the banking system is playing a factor as well. You're seeing these banks fail, and nobody wants to be caught on the other side of that. You don't have your life savings in a bank account, and then all of a sudden you find out that that bank is no longer. Okay, you just don't want that. So definitely something that we're seeing, but also there's a reason why. Okay, there's definitely a reason why. So I think at one time we've seen cash offers up to $500 for new deposits, right? I think Santander Bank, formerly known as Sovereign, used to offer up to like $500. We've seen it. So they're going to have to be strategic and be more aggressive when it comes to attracting new money to keep the system going. So definitely a sight to see. Next article, billionaire Mark Cuban says Bitcoin can go way higher than you think. This is the same guy that said he'd rather have bananas than Bitcoin, right? We talked about that in the previous video, right? Billionaire Shark Tank star Mark Cuban says stars are aligning for Bitcoin in the best possible way. He tells his followers on X that the emergence of Silicon Valley support for former President Trump is, in his opinion, a Bitcoin play. He says what will drive Bitcoin price of Bitcoin is lower tax rates, tariffs, which if history is any guide, which it's not always, will be inflationary. To combine that with global uncertainty as to geopolitical role in the U.S. and the impact on the U.S. dollar as a reserve currency, you can't align the stars any better for Bitcoin price acceleration. Once Trump is in power and in a certain geopolitical stage is set, Bitcoin can become a safe haven that goes much higher in price than anyone expects. So definitely bullish on Bitcoin now. Mark Cuban is, and it's crazy to see the progression, right? And we've done videos back then where Mark Cuban was saying that. We think we have him here, and I think it's just amazing to see the progression of just how information changes situations. And my only ask is people that have influence, if you don't know or you haven't done your research, just say you don't know, because it's almost like he knows what he knows now. He just didn't know, and I think it's cool to see that. And he talks about that. You'll see him on Twitter and someone says, what about the bananas? He'll comment and be like, I get it. He did say that, but definitely we're seeing the stars align. And I think, honestly, everyone's talking about how Bitcoin's out of reach for most people. I think people should look at Ethereum. If Bitcoin wins, how much do you think Ethereum's going to win? Ethereum's going to be right there. So definitely a play, not financial advice, just what we're looking at when we talk about, really accumulating assets. Everyone's talking about that $60,000 or, almost $70,000 Bitcoin price. Ethereum's only $3,000. It's a game changer. Opportunity is still here. Pay attention, guys. We have a lot of red. Opportunity to buy, guys. A lot of red. You look at the week, we're green a little bit, but we have a lot of red today. Okay. So even for the month, a lot of green because, pretty much what happened. But look at this red and look at where we're at for today. A lot of pullbacks are coming a little bit. Pay attention, utilize it as opportunity to accumulate your bags. You have all year. So guys, hope you guys got some value out of this video. Keep moving forward in everything that you do. We'll see you soon.